Hi, I'm Delegate Patrick Hope, and I want to welcome you to my Week 2 legislative update from Richmond. Wow, this has been another historic week in Virginia's capital, one that I wouldn't have even thought imaginable just a few years ago. On Wednesday, both chambers of the Virginia General Assembly passed the Equal Rights Amendment, making Virginia the 38th state to approve the amendment. This fulfills a campaign promise Democrats made to voters and brings to a close a nearly 50-year effort for Virginia to do its part to add protections for women to the U.S. Constitution. Another promise Democrats made to all Virginians is to enact reasonable, common-sense gun safety legislation in this legislative session. The Senate was the first out of the gate this week in passing 4 measures: one to expand background checks on all firearm sales, another to limit the handgun purchases to 1 per month, third to allow courts to temporarily remove guns from someone deemed to be a risk to himself or others, and finally to allow localities to ban weapons from certain events. The House will act on these measures and more in short order, including requiring gun owners to report lost or stolen firearms within 24 hours, criminalizing the recklessly leaving a loaded firearm near a child, prohibiting any person subject of a protective order from possessing a firearm, and the banning of assault weapons. Due to these efforts to prevent gun violence, law enforcement are on high alert as thousands of gun right advocates and other armed groups prepare to rally at the Capitol on Monday, Martin Luther King Jr. holiday. Governor Ralph Northam announced this week he's declaring a temporary state of emergency to ban all weapons from Capitol Square. We have received credible intelligence from our law enforcement agencies that there are groups with malicious plans for the rally that is planned for Monday. Northam said law enforcement officials have heard reports of out-of-state militia groups and hate groups planning to travel from across the country to disrupt our democratic process with acts of violence. Now, I support advocates on both sides of this issue coming to Richmond to exercise their constitutional right to petition their government, but they should do so peacefully. The tragedy in Charlottesville just over 2.5 years ago is still very fresh in everyone's mind, and law enforcement is on high alert to ensure the safety of everyone. Virginia will not be intimidated. The gun violence prevention legislation proposed by Governor Northam is constitutional, it's reasonable, and it will save lives. Virginia will take action, and that is my promise and commitment to my voters. Well, that's all the time we have for this week's update. The General Assembly is in full swing, so we'll have plenty more to catch up on. So join us back here next week as we recap the goings-on in Virginia. Thanks. I'm Delegate Patrick Hope, and thanks so much for watching.